Hello everyone and welcome to Canada for GT3. We will be starting momentarily with the sprint race, which is unknown currently. Turns out it'll be 10 laps and we'll get underway soon. And our formation lap has just started, so we'll go on board with one of the drivers.
So everyone seems to be rounding, what's that? 4, 5, 6, 10, 7 quite well. Heading on the back straight. Just get a nice shot of them going under the bridge, which then going to be going over in the next few moments. As they're now going over the bridge. Looks like the top spots are now starting to form up.
So everyone has formed up. We will start the sprint race soon. Alright. We'll wait.
Okay then, we'll be able to hear everyone revving their engines shortly.
Seems we were doing a countdown as the start
Here we
lights
go.
are not working.
And everyone is away. Very slowly indeed. I'd assume they would have gone slightly faster off of that start. Seems like everyone was a bit nervous due to the lights not working properly. But they all seem to be funneling through turns 1 and 2 quite nicely. The Ferraris are in the lead. Although one of the Ferraris is in the lead. The other Ferrari is falling back slightly. However, that lead is flip-flopping backwards and forwards like it was in F1 in Italy just yesterday. There's 3 cars now in contention for that position. 2 cars now pretty much inside each other for P2. Now going through turn 7, one of the tightest corners on the circuit. Everyone seems to be going through here one by one now. There's no side-by-side action just yet. But we do have someone going slightly wide and to the left of the track there. They're now following through Champions Corner. All very nice and smoothly.
I'm experiencing some very bad lag here.
Seems like there's currently a 2-position battle for the lead.
Seems to be no one has crashed out yet. Collisions will be turned on in about 1 lap time. Epic Brother taking the fastest lap, although he's not in the lead. Capitan holding it.
Here's Capitan Bo. We'll see what line he takes through Champions Corner. Seems to be keeping it pretty tight. As well as the Ferrari behind him.
Seems to be we're having some lag issues, so please stand by.
The game doesn't seem to be freezing, it just seems to be, yeah, just vision lag. That is Capitan Bo going wide out of one of the final corners there, now going up the bridge.
Who's going to be in the lead? Oh, Epic Brother takes a tiny bit wide. I think Epic's going to be in the lead. He is.
Ferrari into the lead. That's what they're going to want to be seeing on the pit wall. But Capitan Bo is fighting back. He's not going to concede that easily, as he seems to be now getting into the lead around turn 2. Now going into turn 3, and then turn 4, a harder braking zone through turn 5. These two 90-degree left-handers pretty much. Very difficult to get right in order to get a very good exit onto the right-hander. It takes you through to turn 7. Very sharp left-hander. So whoever's latest on the brakes on this section is going to end up in the lead, and it seems like Capitan Bo has not conceded that lead too easily.
Looks like collisions will be turned on to this lap as Juan takes the fastest lap. Taken away from Epic. We'll see if he can gain that back.
Epic is now in the slipstream of the other GT3 car in front of him, of Capitan Bo. That will give him slightly less drag, which will allow him to reach higher top speeds, which, well, if he doesn't try to make a move and go offline, he should then be able to get the fastest lap back.
As the announcement was made, collisions will be turned on after this lap. That means a red flag will be shown on screen. That does not mean the race is stopped. That just means collisions are on for any newcomer viewers.
And it looks like Epic may have gone wide, but he's still into the lead. That has not prevented him getting ahead of Capitan Bo at all.
And collisions are turned on. It seems, oh, I believe that's Juan. Juan got hit. He might be stuck down there. Oh, oh, Juan got it out. And it looks like a Lotus.
A lot of
Phantom
people are going
Troll.
wide.
Oh, a lot of crashes at that turn. Not know the name of it. East, I believe, is stuck. East is stuck. Stuck on that sausage curb. Oh, we got hit again. Ow. Juan got a hit with the fastest lap down now to P19. As 3 Ferraris make the top 5.
Is this someone at the back of Exanga, or are they in the lead? I believe they may be at the back.
Already?
Wow, I can see the Ferrari of Epic Brother now rounding over the bridge, and there's a Vexala on turn 2, and they're more than half a lap behind the other back markers, so must be a back marker. And it now seems like the other one of the other 4 Ferraris is now challenging for a podium place. Epic has gotten a very comfortable lead onto the car behind.
I'm still waiting for someone to take that fastest lap from Juan. He might keep it and take away the point from other drivers. He won't earn the point as he's outside of the top 8 or top 10. But, yeah. We have Lawful Greg of the E-Spirit making top 7. The other E-Spirit down at P20 must have had really bad luck from him.
Here is Fantatrol crossing the line, shortly followed by the Vexala of Robloxian.
Epic gaining an even bigger
There is
lead.
your leader. AG Capadonna may want to try and fight back though in the uprise, because Eric and Toboz and Capitan Bo has spun on the start finish straight. That's going to lose him 3, 4, maybe even 5 positions. Did Capitan Bo spin, or was he hit? It looked like he spun, but he may have been hit by the Ferrari of Toboz because he was right next to him at the point where he spun around. And is that a Vexala stuck on the bridge?
Vexa.
Cards despawned. I believe someone crashed or disconnected, maybe. And that is AG Capadonna spinning on the bridge. Person in P2. Because of the Ferrari getting so much more momentum out of the bridge, that now means that the Ferrari is ahead of the uprise. That's now a Ferrari 1-2. If Toboz can then get past the uprise, that'll then be a Ferrari 1-2-3, doing very good for points for both Ferrari teams.
As we enter the final 3 laps, Epic still gaining a higher lead, while the Ferraris run 1, 2, 4, and the Ferrari of Juan down in 23rd. Wonder what happened to him.
The lead is 10 seconds between the top two Ferraris. I doubt that gap could get any smaller in only these short remaining laps. Canada is not the longest of circuits. It definitely isn't the shortest, but it is also way off the longest as well. The lap times around here are pretty short. Seems like we just had a little hop of lag there.
I believe, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he lost 2 positions to Seba and Timo.
Lack of paid. Leucoprioid, as Cash says.
Oh. Who's that on the bridge?
I did say earlier that the gap between the top two Ferraris might not be shrinking, but it shrunk by 2 seconds in one lap. Is Epic struggling, or what is happening here? Because
Okay, good.
well, the gap's
Eric was
gotten
frozen
smaller.
for a little bit. Oh, Epic spins! He spins on the sausage curb.
What can Eric do about that? There's a 7-second gap. He's going to have so much more momentum down this straight. I believe he may be able to take the lead from his teammate. The gap is a lot closer now. The battle for the lead is getting way more hot than it was just a few seconds ago, as they're now going through the final tight and technical sections of the circuit. There's less than half a lap to go. What can happen to this lead? It seems to be shrinking. Vision lag, someone's gone wide. The gap is getting smaller. Epic is going to be in the slipstream. Eric will want to try and stay ahead as much as possible. They are fighting tight until they cross the line in just a few moments, but it does seem like Eric will keep the lead and win the sprint race here in Canada. Crossing the line in 3rd place is going to be AG Capadonna. That will make up your podium for the sprint race, but we're going to go immediately to the feature race because, well, this race was only 10 laps long. English. JX Cass loses it before crossing the line. Does that mean that Olaf and Greg will be able to pip him to 11th place? Yes, it does. And Capitan Bo cannot improve on P12. He was running in the lead at one point during this race, but did fall back quite dramatically.
This is going to be
And that was
close
only
for
10 laps.
Epic and Eric.
Yeah.
After Epic lost the lead, Eric got the lead. And it seems he's starting to gain on him. But I don't think it'll be enough as he's coming around the bridge. Oh, wait, what? Okay. I was having some weird vision lag because it showed him on the bridge for me.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Now Eric's on the bridge. With Epic
They should be
close
crossing the
behind.
line shortly. So now crossing the line,
Eric
I
comes up to
think.
take P1.
There we go. And they're all going wide at the final corner because who needs to stay on track? You've won the race. And they're doing donuts.
Well, as a Ferrari one too, I think they deserve that. As Juan still takes the fastest lap, taken away from Ferrari. That's one less point. As we have a massive pileup, but that's what we always do at the end of a sprint race.
So it does look like the Epic may be able to retain his lead at the top of the table in the championship. Before this race, he was already on 167 points. Eric, P2, he only had 98. So definitely being able to contain his very dominant lead in the championship. He's the only person that could realistically catch up to him now, really, at this point, was 420 Black Music, and he didn't even compete in this race. So I think it's fair to say that Epic may have a rather easy run to the GT3 championship this season. So the person who's going to be on pole for the start of the next race is going to be Lol Fun Greg as the top 10 start going into their reverse grid order. Then P2, it's going to be the third wheel. P3 to Boz 978. P4, that's going to be Lakapade. P5, that will be Sever. P6, Matt. P7, I'm trying to read it backwards, getting confused. It's going to be Timo Willis. P7 will then be AG Capadonna. That'll be P8. P9 will then be Epic Brother, and then P10 will be the winner of the sprint race, Eric. So that is 35 seconds worth of cars now being flipped right around.
So we'll join you back. We're going to take a tiny quick break. We'll join you back for the GT3 feature race.
Seems like they're having some difficulty getting the right number of laps on the board. There you go. I nearly predicted it. 29 laps to go. I said there'd be 30, so that's just one off.
Where it looks like we have a formation on the feature race here. It's very unlikely.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to join you for the start since I need to go and eat. So, have fun.
Alright. I'll now go and commit death. Because that's gonna be horrible. Come on. As the first position is getting ready to line up for the grid as we wait for the other drivers to get to the grid. As all the drivers have lined up, we just wait for the start sequence to initiate. It might be a countdown to the lights being broken as we activated the red flag. Looks like we will have a countdown. 1, and we are away for the Canada feature race. Slowfunger gets a pretty good start, still holding on to his lead. Going to the first corner, the third wheel might be taking the lead here. So one of the Eastbirds goes wide. Excuse me, that's Ferrari. Wolf and Greg, the third wheel, and Seba all fighting it out for first. Looks like Wolf and Greg on the hard tire going into first. Looks like Laughlin, Greg, and Seva currently P1 and P2 battling it out for P1. Except Epic Brother is gaining on the trio. Both Seva, Captain, and Laughlin, Greg all setting purple sectors in both sectors 1 and 2. As they're coming up to the bridge, we'll see who takes fastest lap. Looks like Laughlin, Greg is going to currently hold on to his lead. Let's see who takes it. Epic with the fastest. Oh no! Juan, again, with the fastest lap. Same as the sprint race. Wonder if anyone will be able to beat him there. The third wheel. And Epic currently batting off for P2 as we saw Epic get P2 in the sprint race. Having an actually good run in the feature race. Looks like Seva might be having a problem as he's dropped down places since starting in P3, I believe. He's down in P7. Laughlin Greg extending his lead in the E-Spirit. He's going. This is going to be a very long race, so sit back and relax. Juan takes fastest lap again as JCast tries to take it. Juan is doing amazing. He might be in P3. But that might be vision lag making me go weird, but we will see. Looks like Laughlin Greg has lost P1. Pole position to Epic. Still a pretty good pack for P3. All still together. All hogging that strip's slipstream. As we have a corner cut limit of 12. Currently most people are on 1, some on 2. All to most are on 0. Juan down to P9. What has happened to him? He's losing positions. Capitan up to P2. Splitting the Ferraris. Looks like the two Ferraris. Oh, excuse me. The two Ferraris have taken P1 and P2. Again. Juan back up to P6. Capitan, Laughlin Greg, P3 and P4. Currently on board with Capitan. Four laps in, your leaders, Capitan. Well, as we say that, he hits the wall and goes wide. So does Lawful and Greg and a couple others. Ferrari takes the 1-2 again. As we'll see, Capitan sets a fastest sector 1. Could he take this fastest lap? And he doesn't, putting him down back to P3. Juan still holding on to that fastest lap. As pretty much everyone's staying silent here. Currently it is the same leaderboard. Ferrari 1-2, Lawful and Greg. Oh, who's that? Gone wide. Cannot tell who that was. That might have been a lapped car. Already. Not a good race for Timpy. Down in P24. Wonder what happened to him. No really big crashes so far that we can see. Currently the same layout. Oh, Juan and Capitan currently tied for 7th. That's how close they are. Oh, what happened to Breezy? Breezy just dropped 4 positions. Still a Ferrari 1-2, Lawful and Greg in the E-Spirit, currently P3. But Capitan and Correc, I believe his name, currently both battling the E-Spirit. On his tail like Donkey Kong. Steakhouse goes over the sausage curves, not a good idea. Which means Lawful and Greg will be able to take the lead back. Still Epic, brother. Oh, I believe that's Capitan. He's up to P3. He is. Luff and Greg down by 3/10. Juan up to P5. So we're 8 laps in. Epic, Eric, and Capitan, your top 3. Has been mainly Epic and Eric in P1 and P2, both battling it out, still side by side. Currently have a big battle for P6 involving East Correct, JCax, and the third wheel. Blocks and double red sectors. Better watch his corner cuts. We do have a limit of 12, I believe. Foxy in the highest out of here, besides correct. 3 corner cuts out of 12. Capitan, though, gaining on the 2 Ferraris. Nothing really changed so far besides East up to P5. He's doing good for Zeko. Nothing really changed so far, as we're about a third of the way through this race. 10 laps in, your top 3 are unchanged. It looks like Seva pits. As we have apparently a 20 km/h pit limiter, which kind of seems a little dumb, but we'll see how that plays out. Let's see who's the next person to pit, and what did he stick on? Oh, he's so far down the leaderboard I cannot see him at this point. Most people running the hards. I have a feeling they'll switch to softs. Oh, who's that? I thought I saw a car stopped on the side of the road. Or that's just some vision lag. looks like we're experiencing a tiny bit of lag. Please stand with us. East, JCast, and Lawful and Greg all fighting it up for P4. Viaplummy sets a red sector 1. No one in the top 23 has made a pit stop yet besides Seva, down in like P27, where I cannot see him on the leaderboard. We'll see how the pit limiter works because, as I said, it was 20 kilometers per hour last time someone tested it, and they're not really happy about that. You'll see how that plays out. Most people on the hard tire expecting pits maybe in around 7 to 8 laps to the softs. No wet water coming, so the track will be clean. Still a battle for P4 between Jay Castle, Greg, and East. They're all on the slipstream of each other. East runs over that curb. It's been pretty dangerous for some drivers this day. Last time I remember, we have not had a disconnection in GT3 yet, but it could be coming soon. Let's hope it doesn't. AG Capodanno, another person that pits, must have missed him since he's out of the top 20. Seems most people, I believe they start on the softs, they're going to the hards. Most people start on the hards and they're going to the softs. We'll see how that plays out. If Wolfenberg sets a red sector 2, I gotta be careful with these corner cuts. They're only allowed 12 during this race. Looks like Capitan has caught up to Epic. Eric is soaring. Runs a little wide there. Guessing it is allowed. One of the Ferraris, the boys, taking a red sector 1. Another cut. Eric, your current leader. Capitan takes P4. It's JCast pits. Someone from the top 10 pits. As we see him pull into the pits, we'll see how slow it is through the pit lane. And that is the maximum speed, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder if there was some tweak with the scripts today, because that shouldn't be correct. And as Wolf Landry pits as well. And he's away. And that's max speed. And Timo pits as well. That pit limiter is way too low. As AG Capadano, currently in 21st, you can't see it, has taken the fastest lap. And those are on new hards, I think. Yes, new hards. As Epic pits. The one Ferrari pits. Pulled into the pits with that slow pit limiter. I feel bad for him. A lot of people are coming into the pits. We have about 7 currently in the pits right now. Captain Boo currently closing in on Eric Perry. Oh, gets a little loose there. We see a lot of people coming to the pits. I have a feeling the top 2 are going to come in for the same. As the people that pit are now at least a minute behind the leader. That's insane. Capitan does not pit. So does East nor Greg. Well, that we know of yet. We haven't come up on the pit entrance. Lawful Greg does pit. He's in. And he has to suffer with that slow speed of the pit lane. The third wheel pits as well. Coming in the pits right behind him. Lawful Greg leaves with hard tires. A Copiade pits as well. I have a feeling this lap you're going to see a lot of people pitting. JCast up to 6 with the fastest lap. Robloxian on 11th pits. Currently down to 12th. He's going to lose a lot of positions. Korek with the fastest sector 2. Might get a lap out here. He does not, setting yellow sector 3. Tempe currently in 22nd pits. It might be over for him as he's running 22nd, almost 71 seconds behind the leader. Oh, Eric Perry pits in the Ferrari, currently in the lead, giving the lead to Captain Boo. As we remember, he got a podium, so he is pro locked now. He cannot compete in an amateur series. My question is, when will he come in for his pit? Because that has to be soon. Epic. Fastest lap. We're seeing a lot of fastest lap pops out here. ahead to Capitan. Top 4 have not pit yet. They're expecting them to pit soon. Capitan Boo still extending his lead. Juan very far behind. Except that pit stop's going to take around 60 seconds. He's going to have to pit soon. Especially on those old hard tires.
And I have returned.
Alright, take over commentary for a second.
It's looking good from the top 3, separated by 28 seconds. Big gap forming, probably one of the biggest you've seen in GT3. With the bottom runners nearly 1.5 minutes
And our leader
down
pits.
on the leader.
Capitan
Yeah,
Boo
Capitan Bo
pits.
did slide out slightly.
And the pit speed limiter is 20 kph right now. And now it is all up to Breezy and Juan to pit.
Very slowly crawling through.
Did Capitan Boo miss his pit? It seems he is
I
pitting
think he
again.
did.
He got the tire glitch.
It won't let. It won't. Yeah, it was not letting him switch his tires. And he's going out again. With Juan now taking up his spot in, well, what is rightfully Pro Drive's pit spot. Fitting the soft compound. That means that the Brand Star JX Cast takes the lead. Who else is that in the pits? That's gonna be Gene in, what is that? That looks like a McLaren. Rolling very slowly through here. Also going for the soft compound of tyre. I'd expect everyone coming in now to be going for softs. Speaking of other people coming in for softs, we now have Breezy Thoughts.
JCast and Epic currently fighting
There
out
you
for
go.
P1.
That's the TriStar now going out once again. Top 2 are now only separated by nearly half a second as he sets a purple sector 1 and loads of people have gone off here. JX Cast went wide, someone else went completely off of the track. That would have been at Champion's Corner. And the person who went off the track is the E-Spirit of Dwan. Just struggled to get back onto the track there.
two Ferraris are closing in on JCAS. Very, very close racing.
Okay. I believe they're going to be trying to use each other and in order to gain some time. Little time is now needed to get the win, but they're going to want to get the win again, and then it's going to be up to either racing or team orders to decide which Ferrari wins. They're neck and neck right now going through turn 7. Seems like the Ferrari has just pipped Brandstar to the lead, but they are right next to each other. This could go in any direction. It's going to be JX Cass, it's going to be Epic, or it's going to be Eric.
And East takes the
This is going to be
fastest
the
lap.
top 3. This is going to be the top 3 pretty much no matter what now, with only 8 laps remaining. But it's the question of which of these top 3 is going to be on the highest spot on the podium.
Capitan setting double sector purple. Or double purple sectors, my bad.
Could this be the next fastest lap unless he does something crucially bad in Sector 3? I believe it may be the fastest lap. You can see him now coming over the bridge.
On a start
He's
finish
done in
line.
this 3rd sector.
He nails it. All purple sectors.
There you go. Apatambo, fastest lap. He's in the top 10. He'll keep that point unless he drops or someone else takes it away from him in the remaining laps of this race. There aren't that many left, so it's going to increasingly get harder and harder for someone to take that away. And considering, I believe, all of the field has now pitted for the soft compound, there's not really going to be anyone else capable of taking it away with fading tyres.
I'd like to see how people's fuel levels are doing at this point in the race. But I'm currently spectating people. My wonder is they'll be around 20 to 25%.
I'll just pop over to Brandstar Pit Wall quickly. They're currently monitoring JXCAS, 37.8% fuel left, and their other drivable for Landry is on 26.6. And I believe they're also monitoring their nearest rivals, at least for last race.
I wonder how Capitan is doing, because he looks like he might be overdriving, but I think he's okay.
Wow. Capitan is only on 28.23, or that's rapidly decreasing. He's on about 28% of fuel. And that's compared to Eric and Epic, who are, well, Eric is on 20 and Epic is on 24. So if they're going to try and be fighting Capitan Bo anytime soon, which I don't think they will, I think they're going to need to start conserving some energy, which then again could give the position back to JX Cass. And as I say that, one of the Aston Martins comes into the pits.
Capitan Boo setting another fastest Sector 1.
He's just turned these soft tyres on in an instant. Very impressive performances now coming out of him.
Could
Alphon
Capitan
Greg,
be
very
on?
interestingly, on 25% fuel.
Could
Tyre
Capitan,
wear is also very good for him.
could Capitan be on another fastest lap? He sets a yellow Sector 2. Could he set another fastest lap?
Lost time.
Well, we will
Well,
have no
see what he can do
idea.
in Sector 3 then.
We
He's
will
got
have
to add it
no
all up
idea.
over the space of a lap.
How do you see the exact times?
I don't think you can.
Oh wait, no, it shows it right there, best and last. Nope, he was a 1 second over. It measures that pretty strategically,
Hmm.
pretty statistically. Looks like Erica Perry and JCass and Epic are all fighting now for P1. Except JCass has split the Ferraris.
Yeah, there's now only 5 seconds between them. JXCast now having more fuel than both Ferraris. The tyre deg seems to be slightly worse than the Ferraris.
Can East catch up to Epic to get a podium?
If we head over to the East Spirit Pitbull, East is currently on only 15% of fuel. That's the lowest I've seen yet. If he wants to make it to the end, he may have to start conserving fuel as well as the tyre wear. That's some of the lowest I can see at this point in time.
Let's go on board with it and see if he starts lifting. Oh, and he almost loses it on the bridge as we were spectating him. Capitan currently gaining on Wolf and Greg and East.
Will he
Wolf
be
and
able to
Greg and
score some more
East.
points? I believe he may want to. And who is that coming into the pits? That's two cars coming into the pits together. That's both uprises. Maybe Seva and AG Capadonna. They're going to be falling down the order quite dramatically, considering they're in P18 and P19 currently. Falling down one position each. This pit limiter makes these cars drive really slowly. Here goes Seva and here goes AG Capadonna coming out of the pit lane now. We're going to get a slight corner cut here, but that's not going to aid their positions whatsoever. They're now 100 seconds behind the leader.
That is not good. So East is gaining on Epic. Might see a toss-up here for P3. As Capitan currently closing in on East as well.
Yeah, there's only 3.5 seconds between them two positions now, and that's now, well, it's now gone down to 2. Well, Capitan Bo now gets ahead of East, so could we be seeing a mix-up of the podium? Wouldn't be surprised if we are.
Well, we will find out in 3 laps time. As we see, East has 6 corner cuts. Tied with Gene in 22nd. They are all now on him. Currently East, Capitan, and Epic all fighting now for P3.
This is a very intense battle, and that is very fun to watch because there's about 5 car lengths separating 3 cars.
Capitan up to P3 as the timing says.
Rounding turn
Capitan's
1, very
offs.
steep corner.
Problem is that Ferrari is on hard tires, the rest are on softs. I can see why they got him past him so easily.
East Sliders now coming around to lap his teammate of Tempe. That's kind of going to be very embarrassing for him because the one person you don't want to lap you is your teammate.
Oh, Tempe goes
Because
across the sausage curbs.
yeah, that's a very being lapped by your teammate is a very clear indication of your personal pace, not the pace of the car you are driving.
Well, he is running P19, however, that's not enough good for a good points position. Can East Sliders get it to Capitan to get a podium for this feature race? It's going to be real close. So Eric Perry starts the
Epic
second to
East
last
and
lap.
Capitan Bo are all next to each other. This could go either way now. I wouldn't be surprised if they start using the back marker of AG Capadonna to try and get some slipstream just to try and catch up to each other because the gap seems to be getting very much larger as Capitan Bo now moves up into P2. JX Gas falls back.
Now that was very confusing. It showed Capitan ahead of JCAS and Eric for a few seconds there, but it's gone back to normal. As I say that, JCAS has a little slip on that curb. Capitan can take P2, and I think he does. I think JCAS is starting to feel
He
the
is
wrath of
only
those more
just slightly
tires.
ahead though. Here we go then. There's just one more lap left. The lead now has a 7-second gap. That's at least a little bit of a buffer for Eric. Capsampo, JX Cass. However, that's separated by just 2 seconds, and then it's a further 4 down to East Sliders. So a big mistake or not even a big mistake from P2 or P3 could then open up the podium for East. If he didn't fall back, East has slipped back slightly, and that is putting
Looks
him
like
behind Epic and Hope on Greg.
East is out of fuel.
So East no longer can get a podium. He has had to pull over to the side of the track.
As he now waits for Eric to come around. Some people are saying he's on 0%. I don't think he'll be able to finish this race.
Let's go over to the Ferrari pit wall. Epic is on 4%. Where's Eric? That's the. Let's go to the other Ferrari pit wall because they do have 2 teams. Which Dakar is monitoring. Eric in the lead, 2% of fuel. He's going to be very cautious coming around here.
And he wins.
I believe he does cross the line to win with just 1.7% fuel remaining. P2 of Capitan Bo. That's only got he's only got 6.6% of fuel remaining. JX Cass, he's only going to have 19. Well, he has 19% fuel left. He could have expended so much of that to get more pace. I expected him to have a lot less fuel, but Eric is winning once again in GT3. doing their celebratory donuts.
Looks like Matt has lost a position to Wolf Landry, dropping it down to P9.
That's good for the Brown Star team, with one of their drivers on the podium and the other just inside the points in P8.
And it's Karek out of fuel. Karek has stopped before the start finish straight. He was about to score 1 point. Looks like he's out of fuel.
That's a bit of heartbreak for that team then.
What
One,
happened to Locko
one
here?
driver on the podium, the other can't even make it to the end of the race. The Advan racing car is revving its engine, but it is not going anywhere.
That means he's probably out of... His Roblox has crashed. And there goes. He's crashed it, and that is it. Now we shall go to the podium celebration coming up shortly. And here come your drivers for the podium. You're all out, by the way, D-Pod. Oh. Looks like we just got a ban. Nope. Come on. And everyone, that will do it for a GT3 stream today. We will be joining live with Formula E next week, and that'll be us signing off. Hey, you have a good night, and happy Sunday.